This is just a small fraction of all the road bike tyres that road.cc has tested in 2024. Now, after putting the miles on pretty much all the latest and greatest rubber, I'm going to reveal which ones I actually spend my own money on. Stick around to see which ones I think are the best value road bike tyres in 2024. Let's get into it. Tyres are one of the biggest upgrades you can make to your road bike, and a good set could make you faster, more comfortable, and spend less time swearing at the side of the road. But what is one person's favourite tyre is another's idea of hell. Let me explain. Some road bike tyres, like this one, have a rubber compound that is really hard. That means that they won't wear out as quick, and also that pesky pieces of flint, glass and thorns will find it harder to weasel their way in. Other road bike tyres, such as these, are much softer. That means that they can grip the road better and deform easier over road imperfections, hence giving you a comfier ride. The problem is, it's impossible to have both. Every tyre has to compromise in one way or another. The tyres that have made this list are the ones that we think get their advertised jobs done the best. First up, I'd like to talk about the Vittoria Corsa Pro Speed, as it's the fastest tyre on the market. And don't just take our word for it. The rolling resistance gurus at Bicycle Rolling Resistance reckon so too. If you're looking for a tyre for time trialling or racing on and plan on sticking to well-kept tarmac, then these are a bit of a no-brainer. And it's tyres just like this that Jonas Vingegaard and quite a lot of the peloton use in their TCs. And before you jump in the comments and say, yeah, you got beat, I know, but it probably wasn't the tyres that were to blame. To give you some idea of just how much faster these tyres are, at 30 kph you could save about 10 watts compared to the best all-round road tyres out there. So not just the crap that comes on bikes. That is actually quite significant if you're the type of person looking for race tyres. For this latest version, Vittoria have also sorted out the problem where the tread used to fall off, which, you know, is pretty handy. Let me tell you, that was a funny feeling. You go around a corner and the tread would just sort of fall off the top because the glue was no good. All that speed does come at a cost though, not just this significant financial one, but also the fact that these will wear out quicker than a race season, and that's if you manage to not puncture the ridiculously thin carcass. What most of us need then is to sacrifice some of that speed for a bit more durability, puncture protection, and well, everyday ability. Right now, for that, I think there's two options that you should consider. Either the Continental GP5000 STR, I know, shock, or the Pirelli P0 Race TLR RS Speedcore, because other than having an annoyingly long name, they are really rather likable. Just like the GP4000s before them, Continental have managed to find that kind of perfect balance between speed and robustness that's ideal for most performance-focused riders. Combine that with a decent range of sizes, good grip in both the dry and wet, and both tubeless and non-tubeless options, and the Germans really have got themselves a winner. Over the years, I've actually tried switching out my GP5000s for there's some Goodyear Eagle F1s, Schwalbe Pro ones, Vittoria Corsa Pros, Panoracers, and God knows what else, and I just keep coming back to these. They're a popular choice for a reason, and I think they're worth spending the extra on. There is just one tyre that I would consider buying over the GP5000s as an everyday performance road race tyre, and that is this Pirelli. Now, you might have tried Pirellis in the past and hated them. I know I certainly have, but their latest tyres, such as these, are absolute crackers. Now, this is purely speculation, but I think that what's happened is that Pirelli tried to get into the cycling world and then realised that they might actually need some machines to do it. And it's no secret that they used Hutchinson's factory in France to help them scale their production. Since then though, they're moving more and more of their production back to Italy, and that's where these tyres are made. Now, I haven't tried all of Pirelli's road tyres, but I have a sneaky suspicion that the crap ones are the ones coming from France and the good ones are coming from Italy. Like I say, that is purely my opinion and experience so far, but whatever's happened with these latest tyres, it's worked. They're fast and they're mind-bogglingly grippy. So yeah, I can't split them to give an overall price. The GP5000s are rumoured to be ever so slightly quicker, but the Pirellis are a little bit grippier, and unlike the name suggests, actually a little bit more durable and grippy in the wet. Now, if you're less concerned about speed, often ride in poor conditions, or just want to minimise your chance of punctures, then you're going to want something a bit hardier. And for as long as I've been riding, there's been one tyre for that job, the Continental Gator Skin. Compared to the GP 5000s, they are a fair bit heavier, which does make a bike feel a bit more sluggish, but in return you get an extra layer of puncture protection and beefed up sidewalls. The one downside of the Gator Skins is that they're not tubeless ready, which personally I think makes sense if trying to avoid punctures is your #1 aim. If, like me, you want puncture protection and tubeless compatibility, I'd go for the recently released Vittoria Ride Armour TLR. In our review, we describe these as puncture-resistant tyres with an excellent balance of durability, grip and speed. And they sacrifice less performance than most while still delivering on that durability and puncture resistance. A lot of the tyres featured so far are admittedly on the expensive side, and whilst I think that it is one of the areas where you'll see a decent reward for spending more, there is also some great options out there that are a bit kinder on the wallet. My top pick for this category would be Hutchinson's Challenger. They're grippy, they're pretty fast, and they're about half the price of all the best overall tyres mentioned earlier. Oh, and then there's the main appeal. They last for absolutely ages. The Challengers were actually designed with input from quite a few of the world's best ultra endurance riders. And whilst we initially sniggered at the claimed life of 5,000 miles, our set really has come close to that. They're also available in tubeless or standard tube type clinchers. So yeah, if you don't want to be changing your tyres every 5 minutes, then it's these that I would buy. And for everything else, or a road bike that likes to pretend it's an all-road bike, I'd go for these, the Panaracer Gravel Kings. Now, if you have a bike that spends some of its time on roads, some of its time on cinder towpaths or bike paths, and want a tyre that is grippy, pretty puncture proof and won't hold you back on the tarmac, then this is the tyre that I'd go for. You can get them in all kinds of sizes, right up to gravel bike sizes. Now, this one's a 32mm, and there's usually some pretty good deals to be had on them too. So have a look out for some bargains. So yeah, after putting the miles in on all manner of tyres, these are the ones which I'd go for on my own bikes. Let me know whether you agree or disagree with my decisions, or any choices that surprised you down below. Let us know your favourite road bike tyres in the comments, as well as any that you think you might have to give a go next. As always, if you found this content interesting, then please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for lots more bike tech, and we'll see you next time. Choose which one's the best. What ones? Yeah. Hello.